From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Monday, January 2nd. Some cloudy skies again today, dealing with fog all morning long. Central Indiana could see some isolated sprinkles too, but the main rain chance arrives tonight. High temperatures in the upper 50s. Several businesses will be closed to observe the new year today. All post offices are closed. They will not be delivering or picking up mail. FedEx Express service is closed, as well as government offices and banks. The City of Indianapolis and Indianapolis Waste Management say trash pickup will operate as normal. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett is hoping the city will continue to improve on violence reduction numbers in 2023. He's touting the city's progress in 2022. According to the mayor, the numbers of homicides and murders were significantly improved. When the city launched the violence reduction program, the hope was to reduce those numbers by 10%. Despite an increase in the last 3 weeks of last year, there were 225 homicides in 2022. That is down just under 13.5%. Murders were down 12%. There were 211 murders last year. The mayor released a statement on New Year's Day acknowledging the work done this year, saying in part, "This successful effort is thanks to a large-scale collaboration between city agencies, law enforcement, and grassroots organizations. But this is no celebration. We are still not where we want to be, and we continue grieving for the families and communities who have lost individuals to senseless acts of violence." While there has been an improvement, IMPD Chief Randall Taylor says it's still not enough.
I've often said that, I would much rather people decide not to commit a crime than us having to send them off somewhere, to prison or whatever, in order to try to correct that issue. But that's why I was encouraged about the mayor and the city county council giving money to some of those grassroots organizations that are trying to help with that. I believe that if we can keep people from committing those crimes in the first place, we're all in a better spot.
Mayor Hogsett says the hope for 2023 is to continue to reduce the numbers by another 10%. State police in Indianapolis say they arrested 5 people for drunk driving late on New Year's Eve or early on New Year's Day. They say 2 of the arrests involved crashes and another involved a wrong-way driver. The family of the suspect in the killings of 4 University of Idaho students is sharing their sympathy for the victims' families. It says in part, "First and foremost, we care deeply for the 4 families who have lost their precious children. There are no words that can adequately express the sadness we feel, and we pray each day for them." As we've reported, the students were found stabbed to death in their off-campus home in November. The man suspected in the killings, Brian Cohenberg, was arrested for the killings on Friday. Police say DNA evidence and his car linked him to the crime. Investigators have not given a potential motive or said if he knew the victims. Kohlberger's attorney says he plans to waive his extradition hearing tomorrow. A member of the January 6th House Select Committee says he believes the Justice Department will file charges against former President Donald Trump. Republican Representative Adam Kinzinger made the comments yesterday morning. He says he's fearful what will happen if Trump is not charged.
As we've gotten into this, I look and I'm like, if this is not a crime, I don't know what is. If a president can incite an insurrection and not be held accountable, then really there's no limit to what a president can do or can't do. And so, I do think ultimately when we get to where we're going to go, I think the Justice Department will do the right thing. I think he will be charged, and I frankly think he should be.
The panel wrapped up its work last month. Kinzinger's term ends tomorrow. To the war in Ukraine, where officials say 40 drones sent by Russia were shot down near and around Kyiv overnight. This marks the second day in a row that Russia has attempted to use drones during the war. Officials say that drones were exploding in the sky. They say that the drones were targeting critical infrastructure in the nation's capital. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said this during his New Year's message.
We woke up on February 24th into another life, being another people, another Ukrainian. The first missile finally destroyed the labyrinth of illusion. We don't know for sure what the new year 2023 will bring us, but ready for anything.
A 19-year-old was injured during the drone attacks. Officials are asking people to continue to shelter in place around Kyiv. People in California are cleaning up after major flooding. Officials say 2 people have died. Cornell Bernard explains the cleanup efforts in San Francisco.
There's an epic cleanup happening inside Rentaro Restaurant on 14th Street in San Francisco's Mission neighborhood. This was the eatery before the New Year's Eve storm. And this was after, the moment heavy rains brought at least 3 to 4 feet of flood water rushing in.
And we noticed the water started to pool on the street, and probably within 20 minutes or so, it was coming in the front.
Owner Sylvan Mishima Brackett says his staff was preparing bento boxes for New Year's when things spiraled into an emergency after wooden floodgates failed.
We had half of us standing on these tables here and the rest of them inside. And then at a certain point, it was clear that there was nothing to do, so we decided to evacuate. So I had people line up and then jump into, chest-deep water to wade out to get to the street. It was pretty crazy.
Sylvan's restaurant Parklet was anchored in the street, but now, as you can see, it's up on the sidewalk after it nearly floated away.
This is the future.
This person spotted floating down 14th Street. Watch as the floodwater busts through the door of Moto Haus.
Whoa.
Zeke Abed's motorcycle storage business was quickly underwater.
Within 15 minutes, the garage door busted, cracked, and the water just started pouring in. And this place was full in half an hour. It was full.
A big cleanup now underway. Damage estimates are still unknown. Rainbow Grocery on Folsom Street was flooded. A sign on the door telling customers the store was closed. Employees dressed in PPE were cleaning up inside. How would you describe the damage inside the grocery store?
I would say that this is the worst flood that we have seen here, and we have flooded before.
We are sanitizing and doing a lot of deep cleaning right now.
Many cars were left submerged. Some got towed away. Christina Kaiser wasn't optimistic about her Ford Escape.
The car's totally flooded on the inside. The engine lights were flashing and things, so I don't know if it's going to be fixable.
Many business owners blame storm drains for not working properly after more than 5 inches of rain fell in the city. San Francisco Public Utilities Commission telling ABC 7 News in this area, clogged catch basins were not a cause of the flooding. Rather, this was an extreme weather event that exceeded the capacity of any system.
Again, that was Cornell Barnard reporting. Several college football teams will take the field for bowl games today. There are 4 games scheduled for today. Number 22, Mississippi State takes on Illinois in the ReliaQuest Bowl at noon. Purdue plays number 17 LSU in the Citrus Bowl at 1. Number 10 USC and number 16 Tulane also play at 1. They'll battle for the Cotton Bowl. The last bowl game is number 8 Utah and number 11 Penn State. They play in the Rose Bowl at 5. And the Pacers are in for a tough New Year game against the Toronto Raptors tonight. The Pacers take the court at Gamebridge with a 20-17 record. Head coach Rick Harlow says the team needs to be ready for a tough fight. Tonight's game starts at 7. The Butler Bulldogs defeated Georgetown on the road in Washington, D.C. The team left the nation's capital with an 80-51 victory last night. Jaden Taylor led the Bulldogs to victory after scoring 24 points and 6 three-pointers. The Bulldogs return to Hinkle Fieldhouse Wednesday night to play DePaul. Tip-off is at 9. Indiana State came home with victory against Valparaiso. Cooper Bernice led the Sycamores with 16 points and 5 rebounds yesterday. Cade McKnight and Corvassier McCauley also had a great showing for ISU. Final score 68-50. Indiana State takes on Illinois State in Normal on Wednesday. Start time is 8 p.m. And finally, to the Colts. The new year brings last year's same results. The Colts were crushed by the Giants 38-10. Marking their 6th straight loss last night. The game also earned the Giants their first playoff berth in 6 years. Nick Foles led the Colts as the starting quarterback for the second week in a row, but left the game with a rib injury in the second quarter. The team struggled offensively all night, scoring only 1 touchdown. The Colts now ranked dead last in the NFL for scoring touchdowns. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway. Online at wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.